Hi everyone, back to preparing for a HSK6 exam. Here's the mock exam textbook, whatever you want to call this. I've been working through doing the mock exam 3, and this is the reading section. So we start off with faulty wording sentences. Where's my pen? I've lost my pen. I'll use this one instead. All right. 回收核废料 nuclear waste, recycling nuclear waste. All right, 是出于安全考虑。What? All right. I guess that's okay. 出于安全考虑. So you recycle. I don't know, it seems grammatical, but it seems like a weird sentence, weird thing to say. 卧室衣柜主要是用来存放衣物饰品的。I think that's correct, right? So this is a bedroom cabinet is primarily used for storing clothes and so on. I think it's fine. 在他的帮助下 I don't think you can get rid of the 下 right? 现在我能听懂语文课了。Yeah, I don't think you can get rid of the 下 but it's also 由于 or something like this. It's not 现在了 it's a change. I think this one counts as an error. C. 人工智能 AI. All right, we're talking about AI. When was this written? I thought it was like 2021 or something. 人工智能已经渗透到我们的日常生活中了。Yeah, that's just a fairly generic sentence. Nothing weird there. Yeah, so this one and this one are just, I don't know, seem a little weird to say, but I don't know. I don't see anything grammatically wrong with them. 屋子里面弥漫着刚刷完的油漆的味道。弥漫味道。味道 doesn't necessarily mean taste. Here it means like fragrance or the flavor of. It can be a bit figurative here. Yeah, freshly painted paint. I think it's okay. 尽管困难重重. Yeah, so this is a collocation, I don't know, just a fixed saying. 但 why would you put a 但 there? 但教育改革的成果显著。尽管但 is that correct? Everything else is fine. If it's an error, it's 尽管但 尽管 blah blah 但 Usually it's 尽管这个 what do you put? Despite. Maybe it's okay. I don't know, maybe it's okay. 这一举措的实施可以让权力转移从学校到学生。Yeah, something's wrong here, isn't it? So 从学校到学生。So the 转移 should be in the middle there, right? 从学校转移到学生，我从学校那。Yeah, this you can't put the 从 after the verb, right? This prepositional phrase. But unless you're using 到 as a verb, can you be like this is another verb? You've got this verb and this verb separately. All right, what's the fourth one? 这家企业通过这个办法，终于走出了困境，赢得了广阔的事业空间。I think that's fine. All right, so I think it's this one. 转移 needs to be after, yeah, after 从学校. I'm not 100% sure. Some of these are pretty hard. You need this mental list of what counts as correct and what counts as wrong. And not by like normal people, by uptight teachers and linguists and things like that. 部长把一个星期的售货总额汇报经理. Nothing weird there. OK， 所有崇高的美都包含一种道德元素在其中. I think this is correct. 包含 blah blah 在其中 sounds plausible to me. 包含在中 Yeah, I think it's okay. 我久久地站在中日的寒风里. Oh, 冬日 sorry. 目送了大卡车开向远方. 目送了 I guess this means to see with like send off with my eyes. Figurative. I don't see anything weird. It's a bit repetitive, but all right. 因为很小的时候父母就离婚了. Yeah, this is a little bit ambiguous, isn't it? 很小. 所以我是跟着爷爷奶奶长大了. This is a bit weird as well, isn't it? All right. So first of all, there's a bit of ambiguity here. 很小的时候. So who is 很小? Is it 父母很小 or is it 我? Yeah, they got divorced when they were little. So presumably you're meant to identify this, but also accept it because it's illogical. It's too illogical that 很小 means your pre-marital age and therefore pre-divorce age. 跟着我跟着爷爷奶奶 is 跟着 the wrong verb. 跟着 means to follow. It should just be 跟, right? Maybe this is acceptable. Yeah, except 跟着我跟着他 I followed them. Like I followed them into battle or something. Like 我跟着这个 I don't know 士兵去打仗. I don't know why. Making up sentences here. 跟着 is a bit weird. I didn't really notice anything weird elsewhere. Everything else passed my I don't know, sanity checks. So I'm going to assume it's this 跟着. 大雪封山的季节常有人在山里遇险. I think that's fine. 他认为追求利益并不是做生意的唯一目的. Yeah, that seems fine to me. 他曾经去过很多国家. Okay. 经验了很多有意思的事情. 经历 It should be 经历. 经验. I'm not sure about 经验. It could be this. It could be 经验, though. It depends. I'm not 100% sure. It depends on the context. I can think of a context in which it could be correct. Maybe. 20年前我住的地方有许多居民老百姓临街开店生意红火. There's nothing wrong there, right? So the only weird thing is this choice of verb here, 经验. Let's read them again just quickly and see if I spot anything else. 大雪封山的季节常有人在山里遇险. Yeah, so 季节 is a subject. 常有人. In this season, you often have people who are kind of trapped. Meet hazards. 他认为追求利益 so seeking profit 并不是做生意的唯一目的 the only goal of doing business. So I guess in this one we're meant to be confirming or rejecting the placement of the 唯一. So it's an adverb. Well, here it's functioning as an adjective. I think it's fine. I really don't see a problem with 唯一目的 the only goal. Okay, 他曾经去过很多国家. He's been to many countries, or he once went to many countries is better translation. 他经验了很多有意思的事情. 经验 might be a wrong choice of words. 20年前，我住的地方有许多居民。我住的地方，老百姓临街开店，生意红火。I don't know. The only thing I can think of is 经验 is incorrect. I'm not 100% sure because 经验 and 经历 do have a fair amount of overlap, but 经验 is usually more like experience in the sense of like professional experience, that sort of thing. Whereas 经历 is just you've experienced 事情, unspecified events. 除了读书，一个作家还需要了解社会和人生，没有问题。But usually 除了读书以外 but I don't think that's obligatory. All right. 我们严肃all right, that's an error, isn't it? 严肃 is solemn. Your teacher might make solemn or serious, this sort of thing, not jokingly. 严肃 would match a funeral, or if a student is naughty, the teacher might like solemnly urge them to behave or this sort of thing. It's not an enjoyable tone. It's a serious, like you've got to pay attention. It's an important moment. Yeah. 严肃研究了职工的建议. Not appropriate. So we want to say here we like investigated these suggestions or conducted research into these suggestions, but 严肃 is not the correct choice of word. Are all these incorrect choices of words? What is the correct? 认真 maybe, or you want to say you took the suggestions seriously. You want to imply that by investigating. 又虚心审问了专家的意见. What? That's even weirder again. 虚心 is like phony. 审问is like interrogation. But here I presume it's just asking for expert opinion. Yeah, something is really wrong there, but I think we're meant to at least find the mismatch between 严肃 and 虚心. They're just like, what? 本机装有电视监控系统. Okay, so 装有 is installed or comes equipped with. 本机, so this device comes equipped with video, like some video surveillance method. 在着陆滑行时滑行 What is 滑行? It's not skiing, is it? No. Sliding? 着陆滑行. Oh, maybe we're talking about like space travel or something. 能对机舱实施监控. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe it's like on like a space module or something. But anyway, the sentence is fine. 历史学在曾经我们对人性的了解 曾经 Is that a typo? No, 在增进 No, it's not a typo. It's me having a moment, a Bridget Jones moment. 增进 OK， 历史学在增进我们的对人性的了解这方面有着无法估量的作用。All right. What? So 增进 here means to advance or improve. So history is improving. 我们对人性的了解这方 What a mess. All right, I don't even know where to begin taking apart this sentence. Another issue with B is that the it should be 并, should it not? 严肃, 虚心. Or is 虚心 modest? Maybe this is plausible. 严肃. Or can you use 严肃 to mean take it seriously? Let's go back to this one. 历史学在增进我们对人性的了解这方面有着无法估量的作用。I don't even know how to pass this sentence. So 对人性的了解这方面有着这方面 Where does the 对 end? 我们对什么有着无法估量的作用 Okay, so it must end here. 对人性的了解这方面历史学在增进我们对人性的了解这方面。I don't know. It seems so weird. I'm going to go D. I think maybe there is some chance that 虚心 means modest and modest. You could modestly ask the experts, like humble, and 严肃 could plausibly have some meaning to take seriously rather than like yeah. This one is a bit hard. All right, let's move on to the next one. Can I move this? I have to do it like that. All right. 我既可以说是理想主义者，又可以说是实践主义者。Yeah, 我可以说是 the 既又 is fine. 我可以说是 I think it's fine. It's describing me though, right? Not someone else. So I'm not the one saying it. People can describe me as an idealist but also a pragmatist. 今天是大年初一，来给爷爷拜年的人滔滔不绝。爷爷被高兴坏了。Yeah, the 被 is really weird. 被高兴坏了。高兴 normally is an adjective. Here it's functioning as an adjective as well. But adjectives can function as verbs. 被高兴坏了。Get rid of the 被, it'll be fine. Yeah, that's a little suspicious. All right, I'm not 100% sure as I say. 10月，相对于寒冷的北方来说，我国南部地区的气候依然比较温暖。相对于来说 I think that's considered correct, right? 鲁迅 famous author from about 100 years ago, 是受人敬迎的现代作家之一。现代，not so sure about that. 他的小说是中国现代文学的经典之作。Yeah, it's modern China if you because China has a ridiculously long 4,000-year history plus. So maybe on that time scale it's modern. Yeah, I think it's that bay. I think we're just meant to go, that bay is weird. And bay. 爷爷被高兴坏了. It could be like 学 or 让 or something like this. But you just put 爷爷高兴坏了. Very happy. Because everyone kept 滔滔不绝, nattering away. All the people that came to visit him nattered away. Usually 滔滔不绝 doesn't have such a positive connotation though. Alright. Next page. 欢乐的溪流唱着清脆的歌曲和优美的舞步迈向远方。Yeah, all right. So there's a bit of a mismatch here in the sense that, okay, 欢乐的溪流, or maybe 溪流 is used figuratively. 欢乐 is like joy or something like this. So the stream flow of joy, I guess this is used figuratively. 唱着清脆的歌曲和优美的舞步迈向远方。I got nothing. What is that? I barely understand this. 新时代的教育应该培养学生观察、思考和创造的能力。观察能力、思考能力、创作能力。I think it's fine. 在善良的人眼中，世界上没有坏人，只有做错了事情的好人。Yeah. 善良。I mean, it is a grammatical sentence. I'm not supposed to be determining whether or not it's a sensible thing to say. 一个没有养成读书习惯的人，他的生活是狭隘的、机械的、闭塞的。It's okay, but you don't need the 他的。But maybe it's okay. I think it's okay to put it there. I guess it's A. I don't know what's wrong with A. It just seems to be all over the place. A is the kind of sentence I would look at and go, just rewrite it. Start from scratch. Wrong way, go back. Okay. 紫禁城, this is the forbidden city in Beijing, right? 紫禁城修建于明代，在历史长河中。So this is not the name of a river. This is the long river of life, right? There is a river called Changjiang, very major river. 它见证了无数影响中国历史进程的重大事件。So, yeah, this is correct, right? So 它见证了, so witnessed, obviously it doesn't have eyes and can't actually witness something, but it witnessed 重大事件, many major events in many here, 无数影响中国历史进程. So like in 无数 literally means unbounded or infinite, but more often just means a large number. A large number of events that influenced Chinese, the course of Chinese history. Yeah, so it's fine. 保护和发扬传统文化是我们所有人的责任，其中大学生们更是做出了卓越的贡献。All right, that's not a problem at all. But why is it 其中? Why is it 贡献? I don't know. It's fine. 孔子于春秋战国末期出生在今天的曲阜。This is 不 is it? Or is it 阜? Yeah, this is a character I don't recognize. 孔子，孔夫子，对吗？ Confucius. 他在那里生活、工作、讲学，最后也被埋葬在了那里。Oh, okay, so this is the name of a place in China. 出生在这个地方。All right, I don't see a problem with that sentence. 造成一些办公文员常常在具体环节上出错的原因。What? So 造成 meaning to create. We're creating a few 办公文员creating errors. 造成出错. So creating this kind of error, the reason for it. 造成出错. Is that a collocation? Sounds a bit fishy. 是因为他们不熟悉文书处理的有关规定。以为这项工作属于简单劳动。简单劳动。Okay, right. Who cares? I think this is weird. 造成一些啪啪啪上出错的原因。Where does the 上? No, it's 在啪啪上，在具体环节上。I don't know. What's the 造成 doing in this sentence? 造成一些办公文员常常在这个上。No, the 造成 goes with 原因, right? So 造成原因。造成一些办公文员常常在具体环节上出错的原因。Yeah, I think it's incorrect. You can't 造成原因. I think this is the incorrect one. I didn't find anything wrong with any of the others, and that seems pretty suspicious. So we'll go with D, and we'll move on. 中国传统文化也是一种伦理文化 ethical culture. All right. So traditional culture is ethical culture. 这种文化对道德评价尤为重视。Yeah, I think that's correct. 对尤为重视。Yeah. But you could also just say 特别重视这个。Anyway, 这是一枚优秀的有30多年教龄的北京大学中文系教授。一枚教授 is incorrect. All right. So this is quite deliberate. They put 一枚教授，一位教授，or 一个教授。It needs to be at least a measure word for a person. So this is definitely B. That one was relatively easy. Whenever you see a measure word like this, you just got to pay attention to it because it's going to be a trap. It's like measure word, long, attributive, and then a noun. And it's like, yeah, I bet you this is not the correct measure word. 教育出了一批又一批的优秀人才。Yeah, so just change this to 个 or 位 depending on the context. 秘书这一职位更适合谨慎沉着的人，因为秘书需要时刻注意自己的言谈举止和工作中的细节问题。Yeah, that's fine. 春节是中国最重要的传统节日之一。人们会举办各种活动来进行庆祝。其中最让人期待的欢庆活动就是舞龙和舞狮。I mean, there's no grammar problems. What is 舞龙舞狮? Dancing dragon and dancing lion? Oh, is that where they put a... No, that is the one with the dragon on the head, and they just walk around waving the dragon around. But it's not just 春节. I've seen that, like, I see it downstairs sometimes, like when people are getting married, they have all the big drums and they're like, oh, dragon. It's not restricted to special occasions, or I guess it is, but there's a lot of special occasions. All right, 60. 同学们在日常生活中一定要严格遵守各项交通规则。Okay. This is going to be a double negative, isn't it? I haven't even read the sentence yet. I know it's going to be a double negative. 防止不要发生事故。防止不要发生。So preventing it not occurring. Preventing an accident from not occurring. There are way too many double negatives. Or at least you get so desensitized to knowing that is going to be an error. The instant I see 防止, it's like double negative. If I saw no other character in this besides 防止, those two characters, I'm pretty sure I'd still choose that. I haven't even read B, C, and D yet. But 防止不要发生事故. Yeah, prevent 不要. Maybe 防止不再发生事故. Yeah, but actually, just get rid of the 不要. 防止发生事故. Okay. 纵观世界三大戏剧文化，古希腊戏剧、印度梵剧和中国传统戏剧。其中中国传统戏剧的历史最长。All right. So the three, 戏剧 is a play. So there's three like ancient plays, major plays in the world. Ancient Greece, India, and China. And apparently China has the longest history of plays. 佛教传入中国已经有2000多年的历史了, which sounds like a long time, but Chinese history is 4,000 years, so this is only 2,000 years. So yeah, Chinese history, China had been around for a while, and then Buddhism arrived. 经过一代又一代的传播和发展，佛教也和中国文化联系的越来越紧密。Yeah. 一个孩子学习绘画，drawing such, yeah, 绘画 is 素画 which is sketching, and 画画 which is painting. 即使他的基础不太好，但是即使 so 即使但是 like it's even if, right? Even if their fundamentals are not good, 但是 I think it's okay actually. 但是如果老师能夸奖或者给一个鼓励的微笑，他会感到非常高兴，越画越有信心。All right. obviously the error, right? Get rid of the 不要，防止发生事故。All right. I don't think I'm going to get full marks in that section. Last time I did this 填空 section, it was quite hard. Let's see how we go this time. 由于两军之间兵力过于悬殊 What is 悬殊? This is like a vast difference, right? In power between the two armies. 什么什么愈发紧张。局势 is good. No, this really is the only good one. 局势, the situation. 愈发 is getting very tense. 局势 is what the word you would use here. 形势 is like the shape or form, not very good. 优势, that's just not related to anything. 优势 is like an advantage. You can't talk about a 优势 being 紧张. And 趋势 is a trend or like a trajectory in which something is following, but a bit figurative. It's not really relevant here. 局势, the situation is very tense. 因此，将军决定给前线部队什么什么一些援助，增加 is fine, 增多、增大、增发。Honestly, I can't exclude any of those. But I'm still very strongly leaning towards 局势 in the first blank. 增添一些武器，增派一些人员，一切行动都是为了获得什么什么的胜利，最终的胜利。Yeah, the rest don't make sense. 哦，最后also makes sense. But 终点 is like on a train. It's the 终点站, the terminal point. 终点, or if you've got a linear object, it's got two 终点 or 终端. And 后来 is not really 后来的战胜利。后来 more used in speeches and things. 后来什么什么发生 Yeah, 最终 it's got to be A, right? All right, 62. 他们是很好的合作伙伴，一起经历过什么什么的斗争，艰巨、艰苦、艰辛、艰难。I cannot exclude any of them, really. Depends on the context. So this 一起, so 起 is also a measure word. So 一起 can be 一起, what's a measure word for? 安利, is it? Something like that. But here, 一起 is used as an adverb. It's a word. 体会过失败的痛苦，苦难、痛苦、苦涩、刻苦。Again, I can't really exclude them very much, but 刻苦 is usually used to describe someone who's working hard or something like that. So 刻苦 looks weird to me. The rest, I'm not sure. 无论多么困难，他们依然 or something like this, right? 什么什么一起努力奋斗，终究始终 is a good choice. 总算永远也始终 is the best choice. 终究 I don't even know what that means. Maybe I should know what that means. 总算 always count as. 永远 This is eternal, right? 永远爱你。Yeah, just 总是 would be better. 最终什么什么到了胜利的滋味。All right, so you kind of know the answer here if you know the collocation for 滋味，品尝滋味。Yeah, it's used figuratively. So 品尝 kind of means to sample and taste or this sort of thing. Realistically, it's used for tasting the bitterness of life or something like this, right? 品尝滋味. Yeah, so it's definitely C. 始终 is a very good choice. The others have alternatives. Yeah, this section is about knowing your collocations. 那时候的电影剧情总是比较相似。在故事的最初、起初、初级、当初。Alright, so 初级 is a level, right? 初级生、高级生等等。So B is out. 当初 this is like at first. It's used as a conjunction / preposition, whereas we need 在故事的 noun. We didn't noun. So 起初 works. 最初 also works, I think. But 当初 I don't think can function as a noun. 男孩和女孩相遇了，然后他们什么什么爱河。Okay, so if we've got 河 river, a river of love, then they should, I don't know, 陷入 fall in 坠入掉入投入 not very good. Thrown into love. No, it's going to be like somehow they're going to fall into the river of love. I'm very much leaning towards C. 最后并肩走入生活的新时代，篇章阶段时期。Gonna be honest, I'm not a big fan of 时代 here. 新时代。在故事的最初 can that function as a noun? I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to check the dictionary. I haven't memorized everything in the dictionary. 坠入 is like drooping or falling into. It kind of implies that. 陷入 yeah. 走入篇章 is a 走入阶段 no, 初级 is out. I'm gonna go A. Maybe it is C. But I don't think 时代 works here. New era. So 并肩 meaning side by side. 肩 is 肩膀 your shoulders, right? So that it just means together. It's just 并肩 like shoulder to shoulder. 并肩走入生活的新时代。If it said 时光, it'd be good. 时刻 no, 时间时候 would work. 阶段 is a good choice, but unfortunately that's already knocked out. Alright. 64. When I'm 64. 在清王朝统治时期，整个世界都发生了什么什么的变化，巨大的猛烈的、激烈的、强烈的、剧烈的。Okay, so 强烈 fierce 变化 changes doesn't work. 猛烈 also is not very good. 剧烈 is the best one. Sudden and major changes. So this one's a good choice. 但这些变化并没有对传统的中国服饰产生产生打击、袭击、攻击、冲击。冲击 is again the best of all of them. 打击 is attack. Yeah, 袭击 is a surprise attack. So I think we can get rid of this one. This one's literal. like someone bombs your country, you can use that one. 攻击. See, we're talking figurative, like Chinese clothing and apparel is under attack, but we need to think figuratively, and that's what's used figuratively. 人们什么什么和以前一样，okay, 依然依旧，仍然仍旧. Okay, all four of those are correct. 穿着, so there's two words, there's 穿着 and there's 穿着. So 穿着 refers to what you're wearing at the moment. 穿着 means to wear, right? So here 穿着能够代表什么什么的服装，中国。阶层. So 代表阶层. So it's definitely D. 阶层 is kind of like your status, your social status or rank. Yeah, the others are kind of similar, but this is 阶层, your status. All right, definitely D. Confident with that one. All right, 65. 九华山, I don't know this place. 九华山风景区的占地面积很大，什么什么100多平方公里都属于景区的范围，大约方圆总共横竖 is a bit weird. Is it? I think 方圆 is the best. 上下 and no good. 九华山的景色非常优美，在里面随处可见什么什么奇特的石头。Okay, so here I missed one. So 并且况且而且尚且。尚且 is no good, right? 尚且 doesn't mean furthermore. 尚且 it's used as a conjunction. 尚且 it's like 何况. They're used together, aren't they not? The others, 并且 is better with verbs, connecting verbs or verb phrases. 况且 and 而且 are both okay, I think. Okay, so 随处可见 okay, 形状奇特的石头. Oh, that's a good choice, but it's not that one. Or is it? I don't know. I really want to use 形状. Unique 形状 shape. Unique shaped rocks. 类型奇特的石头. That's okay. This is like unique and strange types of rocks. 造型 is no good. 造型 usually just refers to your haircut, right? 状态 a state is also no good. So I'm leaning towards C now. 石头飞流直下的瀑布，还有什么什么见底的清澈 it needs to be 清澈见底的溪流。Yeah, when it's water, you use this adjective 清澈 清晰 unfortunately 清晰 is for clear. You explain something clearly. You use 清晰 清淡 could work. 清楚 also explain something clearly. Alright, so let's go back to B. 方圆 is okay. 而且 is okay. Here I thought 造型 was a bit weird. There might be a use of 造型 I'm not familiar with. I'm going to go B. Normally, like, the 造型 looks a little weird to me, but there might be maybe I just don't know every meaning of that word when it That's really the problem at this level. 中国的国土面积十分广阔，从什么什么平坦的北方，地形 地形 地方地面 no good. 地势 so 地形 is topography. So if you say 平坦 actually maybe 地势 is better. 平坦 means flat. So 地形地势 might both be okay. I can't exclude either of them. But 地方 and 地表 no. 到气候什么什么的南方，温柔。温柔 is mild or gentle. 温暖 is a good choice. 温和，暖和，暖和。It would be this one. 温暖 it's warm in the south. 从高耸入云的喜马拉雅山脉，再到东端的台湾岛，这片神奇的土地，什么什么除了孕育。Yeah, so this yun is 怀孕的孕, like pregnant. You can actually see the character. It's quite interesting. At the top, it's 奶, and in the bottom, it's 字 or 字, like so there's like a child inside this character. So you get a kind of hint from the character what it means. Yeah, here it's used a bit figuratively. So yun yu can kind of mean it's pregnant with something, but the word pregnant is used figuratively. So what is it? 孕育出了无数的奇迹。The others aren't correct. 教育 is education. 发育 is development, as in the development of one's like anatomy. 培育 培育 is like raising or this sort of thing. Another form of development. Yeah. 也什么什么了一代又一代人的辉煌。Okay, so this is in this textbook. It's the first time I've ever encountered 成就 used as a verb. This is the third time 成就塑造了辉煌 not a great collocation. 铸造 this is for welding and kind of that kind of mechanical stuff, right? Maybe it could be used figuratively. 完成 not very good. So I think it's B. 成就 accomplish 辉煌 glory. I don't know. I get the feeling this author likes this using this word as a verb. I've never seen anyone else use it as a verb. But I did look it up in the dictionary because of previous exercises, and 成就 usually it means accomplishment. 获得很大的成就. This author seems to like using it as a verb. 由于贫困国家的经济发展较差，因此他们对形势变化的什么什么能力也更弱。适应 Yeah, it's definitely 适应。适应 is adaptability. 适应能力 adaptability. 反应 reflex in the sense of reflex or response to something. 配合means to pair up. I don't know what the relevance here is. 合作 cooperation, usually between people or countries. 适应 is very strong here. 政府对这种经济情况的什么什么作用也小一些。控制作用，对这种操控领导掌握。Whoa, none of them are really good. The government 控制作用。I'm not sure. I don't feel like any of them fit in there all that well. Okay, let's continue. 所以贫困国家能采取的方案 is a good choice. 政策. Oh, if we're talking about the government, it should be 政策。方针 and 办法. They're all grammatical. They're all kind of have slightly different nuances, but could all make sense in that sentence. 与发达国家相比更有局限性 limitations, 实用性 practicality, 限制性 restrictions, and 可塑性 moldability. It's definitely A. I'm still not keen on 控制 there, but the first, third, and fourth are pretty strong. But here you really expect limitations. It's limited. The policies are limited, or at least the effect of the policies. All right, let's continue. 在一般情况下，他人真心诚意什么什么的礼物，购买、送别、给予、赠送。Okay, first of all, 送别 is to send someone off. This is to say goodbye to someone. So 送别 gone. Like it could be some of the others. 给予 is a bit formal for the context, but they're grammatical, right? 最好是什么什么的欣然接受。最好是什么什么。小心翼翼 is not really accurate here. It's not a good choice of words. It means being very, very careful. 兴高采烈 enthusiastically, 理直气壮 it's like one of these things where you're like you have upright justification or reasoning 气壮 and therefore you act accordingly. It's like I am in the right. So 理直气壮 大大方方 is generous. Yeah, so it could be B or D, but B we got rid of because of the first blank. So I guess it must be, yeah, 赠送 meaning to gift a gift. This is the verb to gift, and this is gift, a gift, to gift a gift. 接受前可以适当的表达感谢。感谢。谦虚、谦逊、谦卑、谦让。So 谦虚、谦逊 I think have the same meaning basically. Modesty. 谦卑 is like self deprecating. How do you say that word? Like you kind of don't think highly of yourself. 谦让 I don't know this word, but it seems like you would like modestly make a concession or something like this. It seems okay. 接过礼物之后应表示感谢，最后不要什么什么拒绝，当面 Yeah, do not refuse on the spot this gift. Presumably you don't want this gift. 侧面 on the side. 对面 is like the opposite side. Like you have a road and you're on one side and 对面 is the pharmacy. And 迎面 is like oncoming in your face. Oncoming traffic. Yeah, so definitely D. 不要当面拒绝别人的礼物或者表现出不敬的样子。So yeah, you're meant to accept the gift and then not, like, even if it's a gift you don't want. I don't like gifts just for this reason. Like, yeah, I don't know what to do when someone gives me a gift because A, I don't want it. The most important thing is I don't want it. So I've tried refusing it and giving back to them, they get angry at me. I've tried accepting it and then throwing it out later, they get angry at me. I've tried accepting it and then giving it back to them in private, they get angry at me. So don't give me gifts, I hate it. Anyway, I don't have a lifestyle where I want objects, if you know what I mean. Minimalist lifestyle, 极简生活方式，我极简主义者。Minimalist lifestyle, I don't want objects, more burden. 几千年来，孔子的思想根深蒂固。This means kind of locked in and unchanging. 与日俱增, increasing day by day. 坚不可摧. I don't know this 成语, but 坚 means firm and 不可摧 is unurgeable. Sounds like unyielding. 循速渐进. This means to circulate. So this looks very strong to me. Yeah, so 孔子, back to Confucius again. 的思想循速渐进地影响着中国文化。孔子认为，音乐的最高位置yeah, the other 处境 is a negative thing, like plight or situation, negative situation. 地位, position could be used figuratively. Usually it's like 地位, your, I don't know how to explain this, position in a company, position in society. 境界, this is boundary, right? Like boundary of between two, I don't know, lands, two entities. So we're definitely looking at the 位置. 位置 is also position. 是控制激情。位置, I guess it's used figuratively as well. 去除拼念和虚幻. Okay, I don't know this word. 拼念, 拼 means greedy. 念 probably has thoughts of greed. 虚幻, 虚 is like vain. 幻 is delusional. I don't know. Fantasy. 所以后人认为，音乐并不是用来玩弄的，而是用来简化心灵的。I have to say, these are no good here. All right. 音乐并不是用来 See, 玩弄 means to tease or make fun of. Okay, 欢乐的，而是用来纯净心灵的 purify your soul. Yeah, this one 简化 simplify your soul. No, all right. Unfortunately, D is out. 根深蒂固的影响着。No, 与日俱增. This one I can accept. This one not really good. All right, let's try B. 与日俱增最高地位. And there it is. I guess it's used figuratively. Has a high position in controlling 激情 further. All right. 音乐并不是 music is not used for 欢乐 enjoyment, but for purifying the soul. All right. I didn't know Confucius was into music. But all right, I think it's B. Okay, 水对我们非常重要，它是生命的根源 maybe. 根源 there it is. 源泉 is also good. 起源来源 all four of them I can accept, unfortunately. 来源 is the 来源 is the least accurate. But the other ones are okay. 源泉 is like a font, F-O-U-N-T, a font. Yes, it refers to a source. It's, again, used figuratively. Almost everything at this level is figurative. 是万物赖以什么什么和发展的不可缺少的重要资源，赖以生存，也赖以生存。生存 means survival. You rely on it for survival. Yeah, C looks very strong to me. The others are okay as well. 保存 is out. 保存 is like to save, like a file. 一旦失去了水，人类就会面临灭绝、灭亡，也灭亡 extinction. If there was no water, people would face extinction. Well, not just people, but life itself, right? 可见水和我们的生活什么什么联系在了一起。紧密 is probably a good choice. It is 紧密。Yeah, sometimes you can just guess because that is the co-location. 紧密联系。Yeah, it's this one. 紧密 The others don't really fit in there, do they? 因此，我们需要珍惜水资源 cherish water sources. All right, that's definitely C. All right, let us continue. Oh, this is one of the emperors. Which emperor? I don't know which emperor. Qing Chao. All right, I'm not familiar with Qing Chao emperors. I've been studying dynasties and all this, but sometimes it can be hard to remember more. Chinese history is long and complicated. 鉴于前朝的历史经验教训，清朝的皇室非常重视皇子的教育问题，与前朝相比，什么什么什么什么，一般情况下 Alright, so 与前朝相比。So when compared with former dynasties, so I would expect 清朝 to be the first word in this sentence. 清朝皇子们的入学年龄很低。Yeah. Yeah, just from context and grammar, the first word in that sentence is going to be 清朝. So B. 一般情况下，皇子们在很小的时候就要开始读书，并且入学之前还需要经过入学测试。皇子读书的地方在上书房的教学纪律非常严格，哪怕是皇子也需要遵守上书房的规矩。例如，读书时必须坐的直笔，no 笔直。Yeah, I have bad posture. 笔直 I need to 坐的直笔直，坐的笔直，不能躺着。Okay, so I'm kind of expecting a second example here. We've got a what's a semicolon in Chinese? I forget how to say semicolon in Chinese. Anyway. 课件不能无故出教室或闲光等。将新内容反复诵读百遍，办理政务的学习机会。It could be D. I'm not 100% sure because I'm gonna write D. Say maybe it's A. Sometimes you can't infer straight away which answer it is because you can fill it in more than one way. But I think it's D. 与此同时 pardon me. 与此同时，皇子们还要完成繁重的学业任务。pardon me. 他们除了要学习四书五经等儒家经典外，还要掌握满、蒙、汉等多种语言文字。I didn't know that. 在师傅的指导下， 皇子们不但需要this one's D, isn't it? All right, so this first one was A then. No, this one must be D. So then the second gap must be A. Yeah, it's one of these situations where you cannot infer the gap until you keep reading and fill in some other gap. Yeah, okay, so here sorry, can you see? 在师傅的指导下，皇子们不但需要将新内容反复诵读百遍，而且还要时常复习之前所学的内容。康熙 of 康熙 so is this 康熙 radicals, the 康熙 dictionary. 康熙皇帝回忆说，他幼时 this 幼 means juvenile. So I think normal people would say 他小时候他幼时开始读书，从不间断，哪怕身体不舒服，仍然坚持诵读，每日按时完成师傅指定的内容后，再背诵一段新内容，直至把儒家经典完全背下来。He memorized the entire works of Confucius. All right. 清王朝的建立离不开什么？ I guess it's C. 马上得天下的传统。I'm presuming the subsequent content will tell us what that means. 马上得天下。I can't guess from that alone. 因此，皇室对皇子、皇孙的骑射功夫。So this is riding, like horse riding, and 射 would be like archery. 也十分重视。除了读书写字，皇子们每天下午放学后还得学习骑马和射箭。I guess correctly. 除了学习理论知识以外，皇子们还有许多外出实践学习的机会，比如康熙帝就曾多次带皇子出巡，增长见识，从而为皇子提供了something like this one 办理政务的学习机会。All right. So I said this one was the one I had to quickly adjust on, right? Because it could have been A, it could have been D, and you didn't know that until you filled this one with D. This one can't be A. Yeah, so let's just check. 例如，读书时必须做的纸笔 ，no， 笔直，funny，不能躺着，也课间不能无故出教室或闲逛着等。Yeah, all right, that makes sense. Let us continue. So can you see that? Oh, that's a light bulb with some sort of PCB style thing on it. All right. 刻板印象 stereotypes. All right, 刻板印象指的是人们对某类人或某合物产生的比较固定、概括而抽象的看法。在跨文化交际中常常发生，比如that's one， 女性不擅长开车。So we need an example. 西方人认为中国人都会武功。Again, this is another one. So we need an example of a stereotype. Women are not good at driving cars. Westerners think Chinese people are good at kung fu. Yeah, not really. No one knows kung fu. Yeah, so it could be A or E. I cannot tell you which it is without reading on. 比如 blah blah blah， 中国人则认为德国人都爱喝啤酒。So E is making more sense here. So Westerners think Chinese people like kung fu, and Chinese people think Germans like drinking beer. Do they not like? It's not just Chinese people, right? But they do like. All right. 事实上，并不是所有中国人都会武术。Okay, definitely it's the kung fu one. 武术 is martial arts. Yeah, it's actually pretty rare to find someone here that's interested in kung fu. 也不是所有德国人都是酒鬼。因此，如果我们的认知一直局限于刻板印象，就可能会造成误会。再例如，很多人下意识会认为什么？这就是一种刻板印象。So are we talking about women not being good at driving cars? So I just got to, yeah, we're talking about 司机. So yeah, we are talking about that. So we're talking about stereotypes, and we're talking about the stereotype of women being worse drivers. So it makes sense here. 很多人下意识会认为女性不擅长开车。Women are not good at driving cars. 这就是一种刻板印象。That's a stereotype. 如果这个事实成立，那么和男性相比，每年保险公司平均赔付给女性司机的钱应该多于男性。但事实上，保险公司用在男性身上的保险费用往往更多。So the insurance company have to give more money to men. So the assumption or the logical connection we're meant to make is that this more money implies men are worse drivers, which is just as kind of, I don't know, stereotypical. I don't know. Is the logic there? 官方数据也显示，男性发生交通事故的比例要高于女性。I guess it just means men are less careful. And if that's your metric for measuring who's better than who, then yeah. 由此看来，如果没有客观数据和逻辑分析的话，人们很容易陷入刻板印象。All right. 刻板印象，什么，有时也会阻碍创新 ，stifle innovation. Let's have a look. 因此，如果能摆脱刻板印象的束缚，可能就会产生一些新的创意。Yeah, okay, so that is B. No, the grammar on this one doesn't work. 例如，传统的绘画形式可以分为油画、素描。I said 素画 before. It's 素描, isn't it? 油画 oil painting, 素描 is like pencil sketching, 水墨画 water ink. presumably that's water painting 等。一些艺术家则打破了传统认知，大胆使用了一些全新的材料来进行创作，从而给绘画艺术注入了新的生命。D，有一些作品之所以受到人们的关注，很大一部分原因是他们反传统、反常规。虽然他们都由日常材料构成，但却打破了人们固有的认知，因此在适当的情况下，突破刻板印象，打破常规，反而能够得到意料之外的收获。Yeah, absolutely. All right, let us continue. So that's the third section done. Now we do the fourth section where we just read this and answer the questions. Can you see this? Move it over a little. My camera does get a bit sluggish after a while. 我的老师曾给我讲过这样一件事。多年前的一天，他正在家里睡午觉，突然电话铃响了。他接过来一听，里面传来一个陌生的声音：“你家的小孩偷书，现在被我们抓住了，你快来。” Okay, your child has stolen a book. Come and sort it out. 话筒is microphones. You can also say microphone, but 话筒 so 筒 is cylinder. So presumably in the context, the type of phone that was used was not this type of phone, but a phone that was like, oh? You know those where you know what I'm talking about. 话筒里还传来了一个小女孩的哭闹声和旁人的责骂声。他回头望了一眼正在家中看电视的独生女儿，心中立刻明白过去，肯定是有一个女孩因为偷书被售货员抓住了，又不敢让家里人知道，所以胡说了一个电话号码，却恰巧打到他这里。Do you understand? Okay. Turns out the teacher is like telling an anecdote from her own experience. She one day got this phone call, your daughter has been caught stealing a book. And she heard in the background a little girl crying, getting told off. Turns out it's not her daughter. Her daughter was watching TV over there. Yeah, so she just lied. The little girl who got caught stealing a book lied and gave a random phone number. And it was this teacher's phone number. All right, let's see what happened. We have a plot. I can't believe it. We actually have a plot. Wow. 这件事情本来和他没有任何关系。他可以选择挂断电话，不予理会，也可以选择指责对方打错了号码。但他猜想到，这个小女孩可能因为一念之差做错了事。Okay, so 一念之差. So 一 is a very small number, right? 1 often represents a momentary or fleeting quantity. In this case, it seems like it's a 一念, one thought of mistake or one mistaken thought, this sort of thing. So it's a very quick, oh, I should steal this book. And then, like, normally she wouldn't do that. That's the idea we're meant to be getting here. If it's underlined, we're going to get asked about it. 也许现在正面临着 人生中最尴尬的处境。As I say, 处境 is used in bad situations like this. Like the girl getting caught stealing a book. Plight, predicament. 所以他现在一定非常惊慌和害怕。犹豫了片刻之后，他问清了书店地址，便匆匆忙忙地赶了过去。可以想象到，老师的到来会给那个小女孩，带去多大的影响，甚至还可能，成就她的心灵。All right, we do have an interesting plot. Really, a lot of the texts are so incredibly boring. But here it's like, oh, we have mystery. What's going to happen to the little girl? 这个故事we don't find out. Oh. 这个故事让我明白了，我们不应该放弃每一个能够帮助别人的机会。同时，谎言并不一定都是带着恶意的。I'm a bit suspicious of that. Lying is not always bad. 有时它也可以给人带去幸福和希望，甚至对别人的生活产生巨大的影响。善意的谎言是美丽的。Really? That's wild. Alright, 代表着理解、尊重和宽容。它寄托了人们对事物的美好愿望，也体现了人与人之间的温暖和感动。Okay, there's no way in the world I'm going to think that lying is good. Have you ever watched a movie and someone lies and it's like, oh, they're the good guy? It just doesn't work like that, right? Come on. 根据第一晚偷书的是陌生的女孩 some strange in the sense of unfamiliar girl, you're not acquainted with. So this is a moment's thought. Yeah. The reality is, like, you do not, or at least that she does not know who that little girl is. And yeah. I mean, bringing her into your life, it can affect your own daughter. I am questioning this teacher's decision. Okay, so 犹豫之后错失了机会。No， 念错一个字产生了差别。Oh, so this 念 means to read. Read incorrectly one character, causing... Yeah, it doesn't mean that. It's a moment's thought. 两件事物之间的差距，不好的想法导致了坏结果。Yeah, I think it's got to be D, but it feels more like just made a mistake, made a quick mistake. Or at least from the context, that's the impression. We're not meant to take her lying and stealing books all that seriously. I don't know, like, you only know two things about the girl. One is that she got caught stealing, and two, she lied. So, you know, not exactly a role model. 故事中的老师接到电话后做了什么？放下电话不理，去书店帮助陌生的女孩，举走对方的这个是通知女孩家里人去书店。Yeah, their family, when they find out what happened and you interfered in their child's life as an adult, can you imagine what that would be like? That is It's not an acceptable thing to do, really. 本文想告诉我们什么 ？Accept people's lies. 有时也需要善意的谎言。No, absolutely not. It's the correct answer, but no, if you lie, you're a liar. You are not a good person. It's that simple. All right, what have we got here? We're back to technology, are we? Sorry. 随着科技的发展，手机已经成为人们生活中不可缺少的一部分。手机的功能也越来越多。清晨手机是闹钟，上班路上手机可以用来听歌，开会的时候手机是录音机，外出旅行时手机是照相机，回到单位手机又成了 U 盘 USB yeah, people say U 盘 right U 盘。手机网络服务可以让用户查询各地新闻、天气预报、股票行情，或体育赛事等。Alright, it has a lot of functions. 其实手机进入大众生活就是几十年前的事情。Yeah, we didn't have them in the 90s. In the early 90s. Or at least I didn't. 20世纪80年代后期的中国，很多人连固定电话都没有。Yeah, some people didn't even have landlines. In the 80s. Yeah, it depends how rich you were, really. 安装电话要申请，要排队。90年代初，人们从中国香港的电影、电视上，知道了这种大砖头式的移动电话叫大哥大。Okay, so 大砖头式。So this is brick. So apparently brick to describe a mobile phone works in Chinese as well. 大哥大 is that Nokia? It is Nokia, isn't it? It's Nokia in Chinese. 大哥大 Okay. 这是年代中期比较小的手机代替了砖头般的大哥大。They're very solid. 但在那时，用手机还只是少数有钱人的特权，一直到90年代后期，手机才开始进入平常百姓家。根据中国信息产业部的统计，截至2021年5月，中国移动电话用户为16.08亿。What is that? That's basically everyone, right? Is that really? That's 1.6 billion, right? Am I right? E is 100 million, so we got 10 100 millions. Yeah, 1.6 billion. So it's basically the entire population of China. 移动电话普及率达到 it's more than the entire population of China. Okay, 113.9%远超全球平均值。Okay, so there's more phones than people. All right. So presumably some people had more than one phone. 现在人们逐渐从固定生活走向移动生活。 手机使我们可以随时随地的和世界联系。手机不只是一部简简单单的小设备，它跟人们的日常生活密切关联，甚至可以改变整个社会文化。有人认为，如果说汽车文化是20世纪90年代的美国文化的标志，那么手机文化将是20世纪中国文化的象征。Okay, but why is it China and not the whole world? Anyway, 根据第一段，我们可以知道手机可以用来计时。This is like tell the time, right? I think that's correct. But 用来传输数据，预测彩票信息，代替人们去开会。传输数据。I don't think they mentioned 数据 up here, right? Yeah, 计时 keep track of time because there was a function as an alarm clock. 闹钟 here. Yeah, so I think the anticipated answer is is A, because pardon me, functions as an alarm clock, and to function as an alarm clock, you need some ability to 计时 to track time. 大哥大是Nokia. 交互机，智能手机，固定电话，早期移动电话也 D, an early mobile phone. But 大哥大 is it just Nokia in Chinese? 大哥大 Oh, it's not 大哥大. Well, maybe it arose from the word Nokia. So how do you say Nokia? Oh, Nokia, something like that. Nokia. Why did it give me a brand? Nokia. Oh, it is Nokia. I have heard of this actually. Nokia. I don't know. It just came to me. All right. 根据本文，可知下列哪项正确？ So which is correct, basically? 手机只是有钱人的特权。Well, I'm not very rich, but I've got a phone. 手机文化是美国文化的象征。No, the text said it's for China. Yeah, sometimes we're meant to not pay too much attention to whether or not the text is correct. We're meant to be paying attention to what it means. But most of the time they try to be correct. 中国的手机普及率最高。Not 100% sure. 以前人们通过电影了解手机。Yeah, this one, right? Because they were watching movies from, was it Hong Kong? Yeah, so China was much higher than the average, but not necessarily the most. There was movies from somewhere. Here, movies. 人们从中国香港的电影电视上知道了那种大砖头式的移动电话叫大哥大。Oh, okay, so maybe it's Cantonese. But what am I? So C is out here. This one we just don't know if it was 中国的手机普及率最高。It just doesn't say anything about that, right? We don't know. 以前人们通过电影了解手机。Kind of. If 了解 can mean understand a single word about phones. 手机只是有天然的特权。No, I guess it's D. But it's a very loose thing to say. From movies we understood, or Chinese people understood 大哥大。Alright. 最适合做上文标题的是 I hate these questions. These are subjective questions treated like they're objective. So which is the most appropriate title? 中国人喜欢手机。No good. 手机和我们的日常生活。That makes sense. 手机的历史来源 sort of. 没有手机的生活会怎样？ This one's the best, I think, C. But whatever I choose, someone else would choose something else. I'm going to choose C because 日常生活, from the start of the 生活, it's about 生活. From the start all the way to the end, it's about how mobile phones have impacted people's lives. All right, so I'm choosing C. All right, next one. Okay. Can you see that? Put it down a little bit further. 中国西部地区包括西北和西南的12个省市自治区，总面积约为686万平方公里，约占全国总面积的72%，人口约3.8亿。So that's 380 million. 约占全国总人口的29%左右。All right. So this is West China we're talking about. So presumably it includes Tibet, Xinjiang, and I don't know what else counts as West. Guizhou, Qinghai, this sort of thing. I don't know. 西部是华夏文明的最重要发源地。OK， 证建了华夏文明的悠久历史。为华夏 So the Xia, does the Xia pertain to the Xia dynasty? I'm not entirely sure what Huaxia Wenming. Wenming is civilization. Hua pertains to Chinese people. So it's sort of Chinese civilization, but is there something more specific than that? I'm not sure. 华夏祖先的脚步是顺着水边走的。强张 Okay, so this is figurative, meaning Chinese civilization flourished around river sources. If you study Chinese history, you know Changjiang, Huangjiang. There's a few others. Huanghe, Changjiang, Jinjiang, Huaihe. There's a few very important rivers. And Chinese civilization, they played a massive role in the history of Chinese civilization. 长江上有发现过元谋人牙齿化石。元谋人 this is like this is pre-civilization, right? This is 元谋人 maybe it's the name of the fossil or the person who had these teeth. 距今约170万年 Yeah, so okay, we're well before China existed. 黄河中有发现过蓝田人头盖骨，距今约70万年。这两处古人类化石 fossil 发现的历史都比北京猿人距今约50万年更早。 Okay, so yeah, so these are archaeological finds. Beijing Yuanren, sometimes called Beijing Ren, but Beijing Ren also means people from Beijing. So Beijing Yuanren is an ape-like ancestor found near Beijing. And this one's very famous. You can put it into Google and go Beijing Yuanren. Yeah, so Beijing ape person. And yeah, so this is like before civilization, these, I don't know, ape people. And then they evolved more into humans. So this one's very famous, but here they want to point out there are earlier examples. All right. But they are pretty scattered and fragmentary. Like you get a tooth here or something like this. All right. 西部地区不但土地广阔，历史悠久，而且还拥有丰富的文化资源。秦皇汉武以后，why? Well, okay, so this is the Qin dynasty and the Han dynasty, right? 东西方文化在这里交汇融合。Yeah, so prior to, or at least a fair chunk of Chinese civilization occurred without much interaction with the outside world. Xi is Western civilization as well. So yeah. 秦始皇领兵马俑，西夏王陵，楼兰古国，布达拉宫，三星堆，been there，大足石刻，等历史文化遗产，都是中华文化重要的象征。I've been to 2 of them. I don't know these other ones. 楼兰古国 Is that a country? Anyway, 西部地区也是中国少数民族及其文化的集合地。这里生活着50多个少数民族，几乎包括了所有的少数民族。So 少数民族 here pertains only to Chinese ethnic minorities, presumably. 50. I didn't. What is it? It's like 56, isn't there? If I remember correctly. Is it 56? Something in that ballpark. 在一些偏远地区，落后的经济和闭塞的交通，让这里的人生活在贫困之中。却也使一些具有悠久历史的艺术品种保留了下来，成为珍贵的活化石。Right. So whenever I think of ethnic minorities, I think of Yunnan province. There's lots of ethnic minorities in Yunnan province, right? So what was the place? It's just the West. Okay. Yeah, and so these are living fossils in the sense that, well, their culture didn't die out. It's still going today. Living fossils. 如纳西古勒 纳西 this is an ethnic group. 古乐 like ancient music 古乐戏曲剪纸刺绣等this would be like a play. Is music play or also another form of music? Or maybe musical. Paper cutting. This would be embroidery. 它们特色鲜明，丰富多彩，有如一个巨大的民族民间文化艺术宝库。Yeah. 西部地区拥有的历史文化资源 和民族文化资源是西部大开发的重要组成部分。因此，我们应该充分重视这些得天独厚的资源优势，并加强对他们的抢救、保护、养护进行合理利用。合理利用，建立良好的民族民间文化生态环境。All right. Basically, the west of China has lots of historical cultures, and we should preserve. All right. 中国西部地区的面积有多大？面积686万。72% of China. What? Yeah, 面积。总面积约为686万平方公里，约占全国总面积的72%。Nothing else is relevant. 面积一半还多。This one. More than half of China is in the West, with respect to land. With the population, it's the opposite. D. All right. 根据上文，正确的答案是选项是什么？元谋人比北京猿人出现更早。No. So Beijing Yuan was probably first. I don't think they even said it. But let's have a quick look here. 发现比这个更早。No, they were found before Beijing Yuan. Okay, so this one. What's the other one? 少数民族文化没有保留下来。What? I don't know. If you've ever been to China, something like that is so weird. It's like you go to the local la mian restaurant and it's like 少数民族。东西方文化在唐代开始交汇。No, they said it was towards the end of the Han Dynasty. Yeah, just after the Han Dynasty. And the Tang Dynasty is substantially after the end of the Han Dynasty. There's also the Senguo Shiqi, there's the Jin Dynasty, there's the Song Dynasty, there's... All right, I'm trying to remember them all. I forget. All right. Anyway, this one's wrong. 不能人为干预文化生态环境。人为 here is like human caused. 干预 is a negative word meaning to interfere. But no, you can go to these places and enjoy their culture if you like. It was A. All right. 第4段中活化石指的是有生命的化石，历史悠久的独特的这个保留下来的艺术遗产。So it's not literally living fossils. Yeah, some things do have ridiculously long lifespans to the point that they've existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years. This is not what we're talking about. We're talking about culture. These are forms of culture that remain in practice today. So 保留下来的艺术遗产 seems to be closest. It's not about animals and plants. It's nothing related to this. And nothing about scenery, right? D. All right. And 上文主要谈的是中国西部的特产 not 特产中国西部的文化资源 maybe 华夏文明的源头 they did mention it, but it's not the main topic. 中国西部的生态环境 no, the ecosystems. These are out. C seems to be the closest. All right. Yeah, I need an excuse to go to Yunnan province. I want to go to Yunnan. I hear lots of interesting things about Yunnan, see lots of photos, but it's not very close. China is pretty big, isn't it? It's quite a long way from here. 近期熟透亚洲象一路北上进入昆明市范围内。What? So Asian elephants in Kunming. All right. 一直东北湖传入了村庄。面对这些现象，我们不得不开始思考，什么原因导致了野生动物进城？人类该如何和野生动物共存？Alright, so there's 15 Asian elephants and Dongbei Hu, like northeastern tigers in Kunming for some reason. Alright. 野生动物为什么要离开原来生存的环境，进入城市？专家王放 that's his name, right? 王放认为，这是因为野生动物的世界正处于快速变化的阶段。首先，迁移是野生动物的本能需求。动物迁移 ，so 迁移 is migration。动物迁移可能是为了寻找食物、水源、配偶，或者躲避天敌等等。Alright, so there's multiple reasons for migration. Food, water, to find a partner or mate, and to avoid predators. 然而，大家容易忽视的是，当原来生活的环境被破坏之后，很多动物失去了迁移的机会和迁移的能力。再次恢复迁移行为往往需要几十年。So if we destroy the habitat or environment, these animals kind of get confused and end up in Kunming. 这个过程是需要探索的，他们可能会试错，会发生的冲突，会跑到看起来不该去的地方，但是这些过程其实是符合自然规律的。王放说。其次，相比于野外，城市环境的恢复速度更快。截至2020年底，上海市的绿化覆盖率高达40%。不仅有大面积的森林和湿地，还有街心花园、口袋公园。What is 口袋 ？Pocket Park. What is a 口袋公园 ？I don't know. 等小而美的生态区域。这时候，城市会像一个热点，把周边的动物吸引过来。此外，城市的环境也给一些野生动物提供了庇护。What is this? I don't recognize this character. Whatever animal this is. Looks like a mammal of some, probably a large cat. 松鼠 ，What is that？ 黄鼠狼，等动物的生活方式非常灵活，它们善于根据城市的特点进行调整。只要城市里没有天敌，只要能适应城市生活和人类，它们就几乎不会遇到威胁。So what is this animal? It'll just be easier to handwrite it. One advantage of learning how to handwrite is you can do this. How? What is a how? Raccoon. Oh, all right. 野生动物进城，城市居民会经历一个学习的过程。从最开始的好奇到不满，再到逐渐习惯。城市居民与野生动物之间会形成新的秩序。因此，要解决野生动物进城问题，最好的办法是做好野生动物生存环境的保护和修复，保留城市what's this 缓冲带，尽量减少野生动物与城市的直接冲突。城市首先是人们生活和工作的场所，城市野生动物管理，永远没有最优方案，冲突会一直存在。不管多好的制度，都需要持续调整，进行可持续管理。在这方面，上海等城市做出的大量探索，竟然异常珍贵。王放说 ，Alright。根据第二段，野生动物为什么进入城市？Habitat loss。它们迷路了，生活环境发生了变化。OK， 变化 ，in the sense of man destroyed the environment rather than change. But yeah. OK，什么样的城市会像一个热点吸引动物过来？They talked about ones that have been 绿化 greened or something like this. 有充足的食物，有大面积的森林湿地。城市化水平高，能根据动物特点进行调整。Maybe it is D. Should we go back? Yeah, 他们善于根据城市的特点进行调整。So this is the kind of animals. But we're after the kind of city. What kinds of cities? 什么样的城市？这时候 okay, so we need to read the previous part. So it's this sort of, there's parks and so on. 不仅有大面积的森林和湿地 I guess it's that one then. Yeah, C. It's a bit of a trick question, isn't it? OK，最后一段中王放说的话是什么意思？So if you don't want animals in your city, you should protect their habitat. 人与动物的冲突能解决 No, like he talked about, okay, if the animals come in the city, then you're not going to be able to stop human/animal clashes and so on in some way. 城市要为野生动物服务，能够找到最优管理方案。管理制度需要不断调整。Okay, this one 需要持续调整。 All right. It's just some random words he said. It's not a very satisfying answer. It doesn't really capture the meaning, right? The main gist of what he said. 根据上文正确的一项是，动物在城市里没有天敌，错。城市环境恢复速度比野外慢。I didn't say anything like that at all. 城市能给动物提供庇护。Did say that, but let's continue. 动物进城违背自然规律。No, it's B. All right, one more. I'm getting tired. I get tired towards the end of these. If you read the whole lot aloud, it does wear you out. You can hear my voice getting a bit croaky. All right, we're sleeping, are we? 你有没有想过，当你熟睡时，身体中的器官在做什么？答案是，他们仍然在值夜班。值夜班 is used figuratively here. It means they're like working overtime or working a night shift would be better. 首先，心脏作为人体最重要的器官之一，每时每刻都处在跳动当中。它的作用是推动血液流动，向器官组织提供氧和各种营养物质。因此，即使将它视为值夜班的器官之首，也不为过。So this is not exaggerating. So it's it's figurative. It's like there's 3 levels of figurativeness here. So it's the head organ of working overtime, working late shift, and it's not excessive. Anyway, you get the idea. 然而，当我们睡觉时，它也会偷会儿懒。偷懒 means to be lazy or slack off kind of thing. 偷会儿懒 so it's used as a separable verb here. 偷懒。一旦成年人每分钟心跳约60至80次，平均为75次。当我们睡觉时，心脏平均每分钟约跳70次，会比正常情况要低。与此同时，你的肺脏也在加班加点的工作。当我们睡着之后，肺脏仍在赫夜的工作。它们持续把新鲜空气吸入体内，把含有二氧化碳的废气排出。肺脏只要停止工作5分钟，人就会因为过久没有吸入和排除气体而死亡。Stop breathing for 5 minutes. Alright, I didn't realize it was that quick, but I don't know. Some people can hold their breath for quite a long time. Maybe that's just normal people. Normal people would die after 5 minutes of not breathing. 肺脏只要停止工作 Oh, we said that. Yeah. 那肺脏什么时候可以休息呢？事实上，肺是由数量庞大的肺泡组成的，这些肺泡采用轮流休息的方式，因此每一次呼吸只有部分肺泡在工作。Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that. So your lungs are filled with, what are they called? I don't know, 肺泡. I don't know what they're called in Chinese. And the 肺泡 some are resting, some are not resting, etc. etc. 人体各项功能的调节器。Here we go. Your regulation device, yet again figurative. Okay. 内分泌腺，分泌 secretion， 分泌腺be like endocrine. It's glands, so secretion glands. T is body, so this is like your endocrine system, right? 也坚守在自己的岗位上，它会分泌一种生长激素 （growth hormones），在人熟睡后的几个小时内达到分泌的高峰期。这种激素能促进蛋白质合成，对发育极其重要。这也是为什么医生建议孩子和青少年在生长发育期需要保证充足的睡眠。至于神经系统 your nervous system， 它在夜间也不会停止运转。它不仅需要指挥其他器官的活动，而且还要调节人的体温、水平衡、内分泌。大脑中的睡眠中枢 is what do you call it? Hub. Yeah. So it refers to like central nervous system, this sort of thing. So the part of the central nervous system responsible for sleep or something like this. 产生的肾上腺素。So this is your kidney, if I remember correctly. 腺素 something like insulin, right? 则负责在清晨把人唤醒。Is that right? I don't know. Don't 100% quote me on this. Yeah, I don't know for sure if these are the right medical terms. 你可以消化系统在睡眠时似乎并没有什么活动，但事实并非如此。假如你吃了一根玉米，它会在胃内消化停留3.48个小时，在小肠内吸收停留5小时。童工需要38.4小时后才能排完。因此，在夜间睡眠期间，消化系统的夜班工人 ，again we're being figurative， 还在对昨天早餐到今晚晚餐的食物进行一系列处理。尽管我们没有再吃东西了，但消化系统依然一刻不停地忙碌着。Alright, so basically, when does our body sleep? When do our different organs rest? 第一段的意思是，器官在夜间休息，器官帮人类值班，器官也需要睡眠，器官在人类睡眠时运行。It's probably B, but figurative, right? 第一段 is just this single sentence. 2 sentences. So maybe no, 值夜班. So D seems more accurate actually. So I'll choose D. 心脏的睡眠状况下处于什么状态？ So when your heart sleeps, I forgot. 比平时跳动更多，比正常情况跳动的少。That makes sense. 和平时一样工作，停止工作，并在清醒时复活。Lots of figurative phrases here. . 偷懒. So when you're sleeping, it rests a bit, right? This is the heart. So it doesn't need to pump as actively. So I think it's just when we sleep, yeah, 比正常情况跳动的少. Yeah, this one, C. All right. 99. 为什么医生建议青少年要保证充足的睡眠? Because the growth hormones are secreted just after going to sleep. 激素会帮助排出二氧化碳，神经系统会在夜间一直运转。It could be this one, it's nervous system. But now we're after endocrine system, not nervous system. 调节器在睡觉前会起作用。No, it's after you sleep. 生长激素在夜间达到最高值。Yeah, this one D. And 根据上文下列哪项正确？消化系统只处理晚餐，神经系统在睡眠中休息。No. 肺脏没有休息的时间。Maybe. 肾上腺素使人在清晨醒来。This one. They said that here. Yeah, 负责在清晨把人叫醒。So D. Oh. All right, pause for a second. I need a rest. Yeah, I got 4 of them wrong. 2 of them with the U being. All right. So, 53 I got wrong. This one. So I chose D. Sorry, can you see that? I will make it bigger. Not that big. 53. I chose D. 因为很小的时候，父母就离婚了，所以我是跟着爷爷奶奶长大了。I thought 跟着 was a bit weird. I also thought this was a bit ambiguous, but alright, it was considered legit. It was A. 部长把一个星期的售货总额汇报经理。Or should it be 汇报给经理? I don't know what the error is here. Or are these roles the wrong way around? Should the 经理汇报部长? I don't know. I honestly don't know what their problem with A is here. It should be 总额量. I don't know. It could be that. There's no answer, no explanation, so I'm going to have to think about that offline. I got 55 wrong. I chose D. I said it could be B, and it was B. Yeah, 严肃初心. Let's look it up. So 严肃 isn't really an appropriate phrase, but 虚心is like vanity or something. No, modest. I get these mixed up. There's quite a few like this. Okay, 有出息. So 严肃讲述了职工的意见. 严肃 is the wrong word, right? 严肃 is this one. 庄重使人感到敬畏, sorry. Yeah, it's not really the right word. I think it's just that. Where was it? Here. This is just the wrong word. Is that right? That's my theory. I got one of these wrong, which I think is not that bad because they were quite hard, some of them. 69. All right. So I chose B. The answer was A. 根深蒂固. No, I cannot accept 根深蒂固 here. What? 根深蒂固 Yeah, deep rooting great. Yeah. 比喻基础牢固不可动摇 It's not an adverb you'd want to use for influencing people. Deep-rooted influence. It's a weird. Okay, I'll just check again. Because that can't be right, can it? 69. Make sure I copied it down right. 69A. It says A. Really? Really? 根深蒂固的影响着 Yeah, 根深蒂固的旧传统观念 It's like hard to change these like preconceptions 根深蒂固的习惯 Like you can't change that habit very easily It is definitely 根深蒂固I am unconvinced that the answer to this is A. What are the other ones? 音乐的最高敬畏 That kind of, not 敬畏境界 Upper band, highest boundary I could accept that 音乐并不是用来娱乐的而是用来净化心灵的 Okay, so those three I can accept 根深蒂固 Alright, pause for a second. I'm going to Google this. Yeah, so I copied in here. 根深蒂固的影响着 So there are some examples here. 根深蒂固的影响着我们党 Our party. That's the same again. 根深蒂固的影响着中国社会的生活行为和处事方式 These are very political, aren't they? 根深蒂固的影响着我们党 Oh, that's the same thing but in traditional characters. It's very political. 根深蒂固的影响着社会成员和消费行为和观念 Okay, this one's not so political. 根深蒂固的影响着人们的思维及工作方式工作 would be like tilling a field or something farming okay 影响着中国人的思维方式与价值观念 Alright, so it is legit. Wow, I've never seen that collocation before. I would not have guessed that that is a collocation. Alright, pause for a second. I'll put the camera back on. Yeah. Alright, 根深蒂固的影响 Oh, it's an unexpected collocation. I've never seen it before. I don't know, is it old-fashioned or something? And I got 85 wrong. What was the question? 手机 I said A 可以用来计时 so this is the one I said could be C, but then I read it and it said it's not C. 传输数据 So transmit data. So I saw that it functioned as an alarm clock and concluded from that it requires some sort of time tracking. However, transmit information. Here, you transmit information through USB. Transfer 数据 I don't know. I kind of feel like that's just not a very good question. Like, can you really have, if this is true, then you have to do some levels of inference. And you're meant to use the information in this chapter to do that, to make that inference. 手机可以用来传输。传输 is transmit, right? Send information. No, transmit is the correct translation. It's not me being mad or anything here. I know exactly what that means. So 数据 was more like data than information, but anyway. Transmit data. How are we supposed to get transmit data from this? 随着科技的发展，手机已经成为人们生活中不可缺少的一部分。手机的功能也越来越多。Okay, nothing so far. 清晨，手机是闹钟；上班路上，手机可以用来听歌。Nothing about transmitting information thus far, unless from the alarm clock to your brain. There's transmit data, not information, so it's going to be something like that. 上班路上，手机可以用来听。We said that one. 手机是录音机 ，record. You can record sound, but that's maybe 外出旅行时。手机是照相机。回到单位，手机又成了 U 盘。手机的网络服务可以让用户查询各地新闻、天气预报、投票听。I got nothing. There's no was it 传输数据 transmit data? If I'm getting to the answer C, I'm going to have to go through the U-pan metaphor. You can store information on your phone and then take your phone somewhere to transmit information. Yeah, I think the question is a problem. I chose this, 计时, keep track of time. And when it said 闹钟, I think there's just as much evidence for that, right? 计时, unless there's here, unless they're 显示时间 display time, no, 按时间计算 calculate by time. Unless this means something different. So it's not this one, right?显示时间. So normally an alarm clock will actually display the time. 按时间计算. I don't know what this means actually. Reckon by time. 计时存放. So maybe this 计时 has some meaning I am not aware of. And that's how we're meant to exclude it. That's just not a very good question. All right. Yeah, I don't feel too bad about getting that wrong. That's not a very good question. Like the answer is not clearly deducible from the content. Anyway, I got 4 wrong. It was a 4 wrong conclusion. Alright, anyway, thank you for watching. Getting a bit tired. Remember to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the future. Thank you for all your encouragement as well. It really is fun seeing everyone's, I don't know, warm, welcoming, encouraging comments. Yay, 加油, 加油. See you next time, TTFN!